Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's video is not for makeup junkies out there. So if you are a makeup lover like me out there, then you would probably know what I'm going to talk about. I will be doing a series of videos where I'll be talking about different levels of makeup, like firstly the base, then the contour and sculpting part, and then the eyes and lips and so on. So this video was highly requested by most of my friends who told me that we saw your video but really don't know what a concealer is, why is it used, and why do we have that pack of three makeup items which has the pink, white and brown. Basically they're talking about a highlighter and bronzing and sculpting palette. So on many questions, and they requested me to do a detailed makeup video where I would tell them what each product is, why it is used. So this video would not be of help if you already know it, but for those girls out there who are new to makeup world and they want to explore, and they are like, you know, on a daily basis they do not wear much makeup and they do not like makeup as such, but for special occasions they need to buy makeup, or they just want to know about it. So this video is for them. So without further ado, let's begin. So for today's video, it's all about the base. So I'm going to be telling you guys what and why a base is necessary, and what are the things you need to make to get that flawless base. So for a flawless base, you would first need to prep and prime your face. When I mean prep and prime, to prep your face, you need to moisturize your face no matter what skin type you are. So you need to use a moisturizer because you will be hydrated all throughout the day, and that will help your makeup not look cakey. That is, it would not look patchy on your skin. So moisturizer is number one important. Step number two is you would need a primer. So what is a primer and why is it used? A primer has two benefits. Firstly, it makes your makeup last longer, and secondly, it acts as a barrier between your makeup and your skin, and that way it protects your skin from too much and excess makeup. So in addition to this, it has there are different types of primers available in the market based on different needs. You have the pore minimizing primers. That is, if you are a person who has a lot of pores on their skin, then directly applying a foundation would make it look cakey, and it would look like you have, you know, tiny holes around if someone, you know, like looks closely into your skin. So to prevent that, you use a pore tightening primer, and then you have a moisturizing primer at the same time. So these primers, like they keep you hydrated. Suppose you have very dry skin and you are going to use a matte finish foundation, you would go for a moisturizing primer so that, you know, it balances out, and your face is not dry and you are hydrated throughout the day. At the same time, your foundation is not cakey. And then you have a lot of other foundation primers, like illuminating primers. Those are the shimmer ones which are used for functions. And also I'll mention all the products that you can use and see for both high-end and drugstore in the description box. So don't forget to check out the description box. And also, if you want to see the application of the products I mentioned, then you can check out any of my makeup videos. And also about the brushes, I will be talking about in another video, so you have to wait for that too. There's also a color correcting primer. Suppose you have uneven skin tone and you have redness or some kind of green nerves showing through your skin, then you would need a color correcting primer, and so on. Now step number three is foundation. So everybody knows about foundation. I guess most of you guys know about foundation, but what most of them do not know and where they go wrong is choosing the wrong shade of foundation. So you're not supposed to choose the wrong shade of foundation. You need to choose a foundation color which is perfectly matching with your existing skin tone, and that way your makeup doesn't look like makeup. Going to a store and buying the foundation is what everyone suggests, because you get to know your right shade, and once you get to know your shade, you can, you know, compare with different brands, and then maybe you can buy online. Always do not try the foundation on your hand, because again you go wrong in choosing the shade because your hand color and your face color do not match. So the best place to try and test the foundation shade is always this area will match both with your face and your neck, and it would not look something different. It would not make your face and your neck look separate, and that would be the perfect skin tone. So you're gonna go to a natural light, not the studio light. You need to go to the natural light, put the foundation, and then just see in a mirror, and then whichever shade matches perfect to the and nearest to your skin tone is your perfect shade. It should look like skin like when you blend it. It shouldn't look too light, it shouldn't look too dark. So this way you get to know your perfect shade. So once you get to know the perfect shade of your foundation, you need to know what type of foundation you would need. So there are a lot of foundations available in the market depending upon different skin types. So if you are a dry skin, you would like to prefer something dewy or semi-matte. And if you are oily, you would prefer a matte finish foundation rather than a dewy finished one, because that would make your skin more oily and it would look greasy and you wouldn't like it. Again, there are illuminating foundations as well that would give a glow, and you would probably want to use it in the night time or during a function to give a little bit of shine to your face. And also there are different types of foundations in the market depending on the coverage. So yeah, many people ask me what is sheer coverage, medium coverage, full coverage. So yeah, sheer coverage means it will not cover, it will not give you a full coverage, that in the sense it would not cover your scars, your marks. Your skin would still show through the foundation, your skin would look skin-like. People who would want a little bit of more coverage, who would want to cover their under eyes, or who would want to cover small pimple marks or any scars, you go for a medium coverage. Now full coverage foundations are like they totally cover up your face, entire face. They would look like a filtered effect when you apply them, and they wouldn't show your natural skin. Your natural skin will not show up after applying those full coverage foundations. Doesn't have to be that if you do not have scars you wouldn't go for a full coverage foundation, because it depends on people again, their choice. If you don't want too much makeup on your face, then you would go for a sheer coverage or a medium coverage. If you do want to cover everything, you'd go for a full coverage. So number 4 is concealers and correctors. So let me be clear, correctors are applied before you apply the foundation. If you have darkness going around below your eyes and around your mouth, you would prefer to use an orange color corrector. Why the color orange? Because orange helps to neutralize the darkness under your eyes, and when you apply a concealer or foundation on top of that, it will look perfect. Similarly, if you are a very fair complexion, you wouldn't have darkness going around, but you might have redness of the pimples, the pimple marks, or maybe redness just going around your face, then you would use a green color corrector, because the green color will neutralize the red color in a similar fashion. So I hope you're understanding what I'm going to say. So when you apply your foundation directly on the red marks, the red can be seen through, but if you're applying a green color and then applying a foundation, then it will neutralize that effect, and your redness wouldn't be shown through. And always remember that you have to take only a tiny amount, because they're highly pigmented, and if you try to put a lot of product at once, it will show through your foundation and it will look like you have red patches around. After you apply the foundation, you can go for a concealer. Concealers are used for two purposes. That is, firstly, they are used for covering your flaws, covering your spots and darkness, and also to highlight certain areas. When you are buying concealers to cover your under eyes and your spots, then you would need to buy a concealer which has a color tone similar to your skin tone, because you wouldn't want it to be lighter than your skin tone. Then it would instead highlight the flaws than cover it. So you would like to go to the same shade as your foundation or your skin color. Now when you are using a concealer to highlight the areas you like to highlight, then you would go for a concealer that is of a lightest 1 or 2 shades lighter than your original skin tone. So that is the whole purpose of highlighting, right? You need to take a shade lighter than your already existing skin tone. So after applying the concealer that is a perfect shade of your skin tone, you would like to highlight using a concealer of lighter shade. You do not need to do this method, but some people simply prefer to highlight this area of their face, like their under the eyes, the bridge of the nose, your cupid's bow, and some part of your forehead to set that foundation and the 3-layered makeup that you have worn. And for that you could use a setting powder or a spray. So what is a setting powder? Again, setting powders, you have loose powders and you have compact powders. Now compact powders, most of you guys know it, and it's a compact form of powder which you can carry along easily everywhere, and it is used to set your face. So again, compact powder also comes in different shades, and you have to choose a shade that perfectly matches your skin tone or maybe your foundation shade. It can be a one shade lighter or darker, but it should be, if it has a color range, you should choose the right shade for your face. Loose powders are more preferred to set your concealer and to set areas where you have covered with a concealer. Loose powder really helps in preventing creases from forming. Creases are nothing but lines that form where, example your smile lines, it can form here, and example your under eyes, because you tend to have fine lines there, and if you apply concealer, what happens is after some time it tends to crease. If you do not set it, it tends to crease and small lines start to form, and that is when your makeup starts to look cakey, and you wouldn't want that to happen. So you would set your face with a loose powder, but always a translucent one is preferred. That's the white one, no colored one is preferred, because any skin tone person can use it, and it is simply used to set your under eyes, fine lines, and once you apply it, your makeup tends to last longer without any crease. Now coming to setting sprays. Setting sprays do similar jobs like how your compact and your setting powder do, but they are in the form of mists, so they are easy to carry around, and you can just apply them once your makeup is done, the complete makeup. So now these setting sprays are also of different types. They have matte finish, they have dewy finish, and some setting sprays are used to prevent your makeup from looking cakey. So once you're done with the makeup, then you would like to spray the makeup, which a makeup fixer or the makeup setting sprays, which melt your makeup, and they make it look flawless, and they would blend all the makeup together, and they would look filtered and nice and perfect. Makeup fixers just set the makeup, melt the makeup and make them look one, and whereas makeup setting sprays are just like powders. They make help the makeup last longer, they sit on your face for a longer time, and they do not budge. I have tried my best to share whatever knowledge I have about makeup with you guys, and I hope it was helpful. The first thing you need to know is your skin type. You need to know whether you're a dry skin family, an oily skin family, or combination skin family, so that you can choose the right foundation. And second thing is also you need to know what texture of your skin is. Do you have acne, or do you have pores going around, so that you can choose the perfect primer, and you can know what part you need to conceal. You need to know where do you have discoloration, so that you need to conceal and color correct only that part of the face. And you need to know thirdly is what kind of makeup look you desire to achieve at the end. If you want a dewy makeup, you need to buy all the products accordingly. If you need a matte finish, then you need to buy makeup accordingly. So you need to keep each and every factor in mind. You might have chosen the wrong products and you started to hate makeup. You didn't like makeup anymore, but that's not how it is, because you chose the wrong products. You think makeup doesn't suit you, because makeup is not there to hide your flaws or make you look fairer or anything. It's just there to enhance your already existing beautiful features. Main thing in makeup is to choose the right foundation and to know the right skin color and to know the skin texture. So it's all about knowing your skin. So do some research, find out what skin type you are, take a help from a dermat. Do what's necessary, because you need to take good care of your skin, and once you get to know it, you will definitely find makeup easier, and you would love makeup. The main agenda or the main focus is to not make it look cakey and not make it look like your head is of different color, your neck is of different color, your hands are of different color. It's supposed to match with your head and neck, with your original skin tone, like your natural skin tone, and not look fake. The main idea of makeup is to look as natural and perfect as possible without making it look cakey and too much. So that is it for this video. I hope you guys had a good knowledge on the base makeup. My next video is going to be maybe about sculpting, about applying bronzers, highlighters, blushers, about sculpting and defining your face and your nose, your features. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also click on the notification bell icon right below so that you can keep getting notifications about the videos I post. So until then, bye bye.